I'm about to do your Virgo tarot reading for the end of February, beginning of March 2022. And in this Virgo love reading, we're going to take a look at the status of the love connection between you and your romantic person of interest. Virgo, how is it going? Come on in, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. My name's Alan from UnknownTruthTarot.com. Welcome back to another Virgo love reading. If this is your first time here and you have questions that you want answered about your romantic love life or your relationship, then start now by subscribing and clicking the bell icon so you always get notified anytime I post a new Virgo tarot reading for you. And let's get on with this Virgo love reading today, because today we are going to take a look at the status of the love connection between you and your romantic person of interest. And I'm going to do that by getting one card to represent the mutual point of interest between the two of you here at the very end of February, beginning of March 2022. Then I'm going to get 3 cards for you, Virgo, 3 cards for your person. And then I'm going to clarify everything with a second deck, just to make sure we can get down to the bottom of the unknown truth about what's really going on in this love connection of yours. Now, I do want to say that this is not a personal reading. This is a general reading, which means I'm not tapping into your specific energy as an individual person the same way I would if I were doing a personal reading for you. Now, if a personal reading with me is something that you're interested in, you can find the information about my personal readings in the description, as well as the first pinned comment right below this video. But this is a general reading, which means I'm tapping into the collective energy of a large group of Virgo people that I'm supposed to be getting messages for. And that means that there's no possible way this reading is going to resonate with literally every single Virgo person on the whole planet all at the same time, because not every Virgo person on the whole planet is going through the same situation or experiencing the same energies all at the same time. Now, it's also important to keep in mind in general collective readings like this that energies can and do get flipped around backwards from time to time, especially for cross watchers. So if you're not a Virgo and you're just watching this Virgo tarot reading because you're interested in a Virgo and you want to know what's going on between the two of you, I'm totally cool with that. Just keep in mind that especially for cross watchers, energies are very prone to get flipped around backwards, so you just got to take it as it resonates. Now, regardless of how this reading resonates for you, you should still probably watch the videos for your moon sign, your rising sign, and your Venus sign, just because they can give you more insight and more clarity about what's really going on in your particular situation. You can find the links to those videos, info on my personal readings, the different tarot decks that I'm using in this reading, crystals, orgone pyramids, all kinds of fun, helpful stuff is in the description right below this video. But enough yakking. Let's get on with this Virgo love reading. I know it has been way too long since I posted a Virgo reading for you. I think the last Virgo reading I published was at the very end of November 2021. In November, I got slammed with personal readings. I did like 36 readings for the channel. I did 46 readings, like personal readings for people. At the end of the month, I had to go down to Texas to visit my fiance for a little bit. When I came back at the beginning of December, I was still slammed with personal readings. Didn't get a chance to put, I don't think, any videos out on this channel in the month of December. January was not really any different. I only got a handful of videos out on the channel then because I was so bogged down with personal readings. It's been like that the whole beginning of the month of February. I'm just now getting caught up with personal readings enough to where I can start putting readings back out on the channel again. But I know it's been too long. I'm trying the best that I can. Just try to keep in mind that I am a one-man show. I record all these videos myself. I do all the editing for all these videos myself. Do all the motion graphics, all the graphics for the thumbnail images, all the search engine optimization so people can find the readings when they're looking for them on YouTube. On top of that, I'm doing all the personal readings. I'm managing and adding to my website all by myself, managing the online store where I sell the crystals and the tarot decks and the t-shirts and all that stuff, doing that all by myself. And on top of that, I'm a single dad with full custody of my 9-year-old son. So I still got to do all the stuff around the house, like laundry and cleaning and cooking, getting him back and forth to school, helping him with his schoolwork, and then, of course, spending some time with him and playing with him a little bit. So sorry it's taken me so long. I really appreciate you waiting patiently on these readings, but I think I am finally caught up to a point now where I'm going to be able to get back to some semblance of a normal schedule. But like I said, I know you've waited long enough, so enough talking. Let's get on with this Virgo love reading. What is the mutual point of interest between Virgo and their romantic person of interest here in the last few days of February, beginning of March 2022, please. What's the mutual point of interest between Virgo and their person? There we go. Let's get 3 cards for you, Virgo. What's going on with Virgo as it relates to their romantic person of interest and the connection between them at the very end of February, beginning of March 2022, please. And let's get one more for Virgo, please. What's going on with Virgo? Thank you. Let's get 3 cards for your person, Virgo. What's going on with Virgo's romantic person of interest as it relates to Virgo and the connection between them here at the very end of February, beginning of March? Your person's got a lot going on. You see how the cards are all trying to escape from me all at once? They got a lot on their mind or dealing with a lot here. Let's get one more for Virgo's person. Thank you. Okay, we got 2 come out together here at the end, so I'm going to read those 2 together. Bottom of the deck. The overall energy of this reading is the 3 of Swords. This is Libra energy. The 3 of Swords represents heartbreak and sadness, usually from a third energy. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean a romantic third party, although it can mean that. That third energy can be any number of things. In fact, anything that we humans do enough of will create its own energy. So, for example, my business creates its own energy. Going to school creates its own energy. Your job can create a third energy here. This can be nosy neighbors, nosy family members, nosy friends, nosy coworkers sticking their nose where it doesn't belong. This can be addictions. This can be any number of things. But there's something here getting involved in your connection and it's causing some sort of heartbreak and sadness. Right under that 3 of Swords, we have more swords, the 9 of Swords. This is Gemini energy. This is an energy of fear, worry, anxiety. It's a feeling of like thinking about something over and over again with all that fear, worry, and anxiety behind the thinking, and doing that to the point that it's actually physically starting to stress you out. This is a card of mental anguish, a card of sleepless nights, having trouble staying asleep, concentrating. Right under that, we have the 6 of Cups. This is Scorpio energy. This is the card of the past. This is thinking about the past, reminiscing about the past, thinking about the good old days and the way things used to be. This represents a deep emotional connection between the 2 of you, but this also represents doing a lot of thinking about the past. It can even represent someone from the past making a comeback here. So some sort of heartbreaking situation going on. It's got you worried. Potential third energy involved here. Somebody's doing some thinking about the past or has someone from the past making a comeback. That's the overall energy, the kind of gist of what's going on between the 2 of you right now. I'll come back to that more as I go through your energy, Virgo, and as I go through your person's energy, and we'll see how that applies. But this mutual point of interest, this is shared energy that's affecting both of you in some way. It may not be affecting you both exactly the same way, but it's definitely having an impact on both of you here. And the mutual point of interest is the 7 of Coins, 7 of Pentacles. This is Taurus energy. This is an energy of taking time to reflect, pause and reflect, and like take stock of this connection, take stock of the situation that you're finding yourselves in. And what you're doing is looking at the seeds that you guys have planted between the 2 of you here. And you're trying to decide, is this going to turn into the 10 of Pentacles that I really want? Like maximum stability, abundance, prosperity, that happy, stable home life that we all want. The combining together of 2 people and all their assets and resources to build that 10 of Pentacles. Is this going to turn into that? Is this worth me investing all my time, effort, and energy into this, or reinvesting my time, effort, and energy in this, or continuing to do that? Or is this a spot where maybe it's not going to pan out the way I want it to, and maybe I should just cut my losses and move on? So this represents that period of time where you guys apparently are both pausing to reflect and ask those types of questions. Tell me about this 7 of Coins, please. Why is that the mutual point of interest? We got a lot going on here. I just saw a couple of cards flip over and show themselves to me. Wasn't quite sure what the first one was. But usually when I see cards flip over and go back in without coming out like that, that usually represents that there's like some start-stop going to this, where something starts and then it's like, pull that back a minute. Well, let's do, it's that kind of a staggering type of an energy there. But the second card that I saw flip over was the Lovers. On the bottom of the deck here, we have the Four of Pentacles. This is Capricorn energy. This is an energy of holding on tightly to something and not wanting to let go of it. Page of Wands right under that. Pages are messengers, so this can represent news and messages and communications about passion and desire. This is also the minor arcana version of the Fool card, which is about taking that blind leap of faith. Apparently they want you to see this one too. The Fool's about taking the blind leap of faith, not really thinking it through, just saying, screw it, I'm going for it, and jumping off the cliff without thinking it through. And we'll figure out how to grow wings while we're on the way down, like figure out what to do as we move along here. This is a much more toned down version of that energy. This is more about having the willingness to take the first steps down a new path here. So during this time of contemplating this connection and the situation you guys are in, trying to decide, is this worth investing in, or should I cut my losses and move on? We've got this energy of like holding on to it tightly and not wanting to let go, and at the same time an energy of being willing to take the first steps towards something new here. This one wanted to be seen by you because the other card just kind of shot out of my hand here, the Knight of Pentacles. This is the slowest moving knight in the deck. This is very slow forward movement, like methodical, one foot in front of the other, one step at a time, not really being in a hurry or a rush. A lot of times for me, this is a frustrating kind of an energy where usually someone is wanting something to go faster than it's going, wanting to see progress faster than they're seeing it, and they're getting this like snail's pace type of an energy. This is usually very frustrating, and I think that's what's going on based on one of these clarifiers I see. That could be why we're seeing this Nine of Swords here in the overall energy right under the Three of Swords. I've got it again here. Gemini energy of fear, worry, anxiety, thinking about something so much with all the fear and worry and anxiety that it's actually stressing you out. This is someone not wanting to face the situation that they're in. Could be there's a willingness to move forward here, a desire to not lose this connection, and fear, worry, and anxiety about that. Possibly about whether the passion can be re-sparked here. The Ace of Wands, this is like a passionate new beginning, or re-sparking the passion, re-sparking the desire in the connection between the two of you. Yeah, it looks like we're on a break here. Four of Swords is Libra energy again. This is like taking a pause, taking a break, choosing to go inside yourself to do some healing or to do some thinking about something, like trying to figure out what to do about this situation, how to move forward from here. Now to clarify this Seven of Coins, Seven of Pentacles, you're going to hear me interchange the term coins and pentacles around. This deck calls them coins, this deck calls them pentacles. They're literally the same thing though. We got the Ten of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, the Magician, and Temperance. So this Ten of Pentacles is kind of what I was alluding to here. Is this going to turn into the Ten of Pentacles that I want? Like the combining together of two people and into a happy family here, bringing all the families together, the assets and resources together. A lot of times this is a card that signifies like living together, or even being in a marriage, like occupying the same home, building a legacy, having that stable, abundant home life that we all want. Knight of Swords, this is the fastest knight in the deck. So we saw this Knight of Coins here, Knight of Pentacles here, slowest knight in the deck. This is very fast energy. This is rushing forward, speaking the truth on something. It's rushing forward, taking rapid, decisive action on something. Clearly there is like a decision going on here. There's this period of time where you're pausing to reflect and contemplate the whole thing. This is about rushing forward, taking decisive action on something. And again, I'm getting the impression that you guys are wanting to see things happen this fast, and you're really getting them this fast. You know that story, the tortoise and the hare? This is the tortoise and this is the hare. So this is the fast energy. This is the really, really slow energy. A lot of times this is such slow movement that from where you're sitting or from where your person's sitting, or possibly both, it might seem like no progress is happening. It is happening, it's just happening so damn slow you may not be able to tell from where you sit, which again could be why we're seeing the fear, worry, and anxiety here. Next I have the Magician. This is the Mac Daddy Master Manifester of the Tarot deck. This is the divine masculine energy. This is about someone here having all the tools and resources and abilities, like everything they need to manifest or create from nothing whatever their will desires. This is about shaping the world around you to be in alignment with what you want. It's about manifesting. He's got all 4 aces on the table in front of him, so he literally has all the tools he needs to make his life any way he wants. So this tells me that you guys are actively manifesting something here, or at least trying to do that. The final card we have to clarify this 7 of coins is Temperance. This is Sagittarius energy. This is an energy of patience. It's kind of what I'm feeling from this card, like almost like being forced to be patient when you don't want to be. This is an energy of having patience. It's about blending things together little bits at a time, being willing to pause and take a step back and look at the big picture, which is kind of what you're doing in this state to begin with, and then come back in to blend a little bit more together to make some fine-tuning type adjustments here. Now this can also be an energy of reconciliation. You can see that the cups have been separated, the love has been separated into 2 cups, and this angel's blending them back together into one bigger cup. So this can be reconciliation energy. It's looking like something happened between you. It probably happened quickly, and there's been some changes. Clearly, I mean, we've got heartbreak and sadness, we've got fear, worry, and anxiety, thinking about the past a lot, potentially someone from the past. I'm feeling like someone created this situation, and now there's this need to reflect on it to see if this is fixable or not. Can we put this back together or not? Clearly a desire on both sides to not let go of something, but also a willingness to take the first steps down a new path. That's the mutual point of interest between the 2 of you, the shared energy that's affecting you both. As I go through your energy, Virgo, I'll be able to tell how that applies to you. As I go through your person's energy, I'll be able to tell how it applies to them. That will become more clear as we move along. But that's the shared energy affecting you both here at the very end of February, beginning of March 2022. Virgo, your energy in this connection is the 8 of Wands. The Ace of Wands, which we just saw in the story on the bottom of the deck, and the Star. So this 8 of Wands is Sagittarius energy. This is the 2nd fastest moving energy in the deck. So I've got the 3rd fastest energy here with this Knight of Swords, the fastest knight. The only energy faster than this 8 of Wands is the Chariot. This is rapid back and forth, passionate communication. This is rapid forward movement on something, rapid progress on something. A lot of times this can represent a whole lot of energy coming at you all at one time, like something that feels very overwhelming to deal with. It's like almost too much to process, too much to handle, kind of like taking a drink of water out of a fire hose. It can knock you on your butt. So tell me more about this 8 of Wands for Virgo, please. Why is the 8 of Wands here for Virgo? Bottom of the deck, 10 of Wands. More Sagittarius energy. The 10 of Wands represents a heavy burden that you're carrying here. Now it is a 10, and in tarot, 10s are completions. So this should be the completion of a heavy burden. A lot of times, though, it's hard to tell where the finish line is here, especially when you're feeling overwhelmed, when you're heartbroken, when you've got your mind full of thoughts that are fearful and worrisome and anxious, and you're starting to be stressed out here. It's hard sometimes to tell where the finish line is. So even though this should be the completion of the burden, you've reached the spot where the burden should be able to be laid down and move forward without it. Sometimes we're even a little bit stubborn and we don't want to lay a burden down here, but this is definitely should be the ending of a burden for you. We have the Page of Pentacles next. This is news and messages, communication about some practical, tangible opportunity presenting itself to you. He's carrying the Ace of Pentacles. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but your first clarifier is the Ace of Pentacles. So there's some opportunity you're having here. Feeling some burden related to that. But this card oftentimes for me represents planning for the future. Aha. The moon right under that. This is Pisces energy. Also, much like this Nine of Swords, represents fear, worry, anxiety. Sometimes a feeling of like not being able to see something fully, a feeling of something being hidden in the dark here. A lot of times this is, especially when we're looking at planning for the future, this is about you not being able to see the full path in front of you that you're on here, and having fear and worry and anxiety about whether or not you're on the right path or still on the path you're intending to go down toward whatever it is that you're manifesting here with this person. It's kind of like driving at nighttime. You can't see the entire road in front of you. You can just see the part in front of you that your headlights are shining on. But you're still able to get from point A to point B safely at nighttime. So that's kind of the message of this card. The advice of this card is like, you don't need to see the full path. You just need to know that you're on the path and continue putting one foot in front of the other. Just like that Knight of Pentacles. Continue advancing down the path. The fear and the worry and the anxiety you're having is from not being able to clearly see what you're doing right now. But you don't have to see it. Right under the moon, we've got that Seven of Pentacles again, which is the mutual energy affecting both of you here. Taking time to reflect on this whole situation, on this whole connection. Is this going to turn into that Ten of Pentacles I want? Or should I cut my losses and move on? So you're burdened by that planning for the future of that. You're feeling overwhelmed by that, probably feeling nervous and anxious and stressed out because you can't clearly see the path in front of you here. Got the willingness to go down it, as we saw with that Page of Wands, but you can't clearly see it. Now to clarify this Eight of Wands, we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Lovers. So this Ace of Pentacles is a practical, tangible opportunity presenting itself to you, like you can touch it with your hands, kind of an opportunity. This is the seed that has the potential to grow into this Ten of Pentacles that we all want. Now, it's not the Ten of Pentacles in and of itself. It's just an opportunity to get there. It's going to take work. It's going to take time, effort, and energy to go from this seed to the full-blown 10. But it definitely is an opportunity. But that's the thing with aces. They're opportunities. You have to grab those and do something with them. Otherwise, they're just empty potential. So you could be feeling overwhelmed with an opportunity. There could be an opportunity coming in quickly for you here. You could just be burdened by the whole planning for the future and not sure if there is an opportunity here. We've got the Emperor next, which is Aries energy. This is an energy of taking control, taking charge of the situation, sometimes putting boundaries in place, but like taking control. This is another master manifestor energy, not quite as potent as the Magician here, but this is someone who's got all the tools and resources to put together a plan to get what they want. We see you planning for the future here, and then to execute that plan to get what they want. So this is about you taking control of the situation, taking charge of a situation, and having an opportunity to do that possibly very quickly or during this period where you're feeling burdened and overwhelmed. It looks like what you're trying to take control of is the Lovers here. This is Gemini energy. This is divine counterparts, divine feminine, divine masculine. This is powerful love connection here. This is like soulmate type energy. These are two people who are probably supposed to be together, at least in terms of how you're looking at the situation. And I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself again, but one of your person's cards is also the Lovers. This is feeling a little confusing, and it's probably because there's so much coming at you at once here, but we've got some sort of an opportunity to take control of this situation here. Now, a long time ago, before the Lovers card was called the Lovers, it was just called Love, and before that, it was called the Choice. So sometimes this represents a choice in a love connection, which seems to be the case. We've got heartbreak and sadness, fear, worry, and anxiety, thinking about it a lot, thinking about the past a lot, and this whole period of time where you're pausing to contemplate the connection, the situation, Do I continue investing here? Do I cut my losses and move on? So this could be you like having an opportunity to take control in a decision about this connection like that, or you trying to like basically put together the plan to get what you want, which is this connection. The next card in your energy, Virgo, is the Ace of Wands. This again is a passionate new beginning, a new beginning in passion and desire. This can be about re-sparking the connection between the two of you, re-sparking the passion, the desire in this connection. Tell me about this Ace of Wands, please. What is the Ace of Wands here for Virgo? Let's get one more. Thank you. Ew, 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 ew. Bottom of the deck. Page of Swords. Pages are messengers, so this would be news, messages, communications here. Sometimes this can be premature or immature communication, like saying something before it was fully thought out. This is an energy of someone who's trying to learn something or trying to figure something out. It can even be an energy of someone who's like snooping around or spying or keeping tabs on somebody. Doesn't have to be that you are doing that. This can even be a third person. We've got third energy involved here in the heartbreak and sadness. This could be somebody else saw something and reported it back to you. Could be that they saw something about a new beginning in passion and desire. This could be you trying to figure out how to get the connection re-sparked here. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. I'm not digging this, Virgo. Under this Page of Swords, Two of Pentacles. This is Capricorn energy. This is an energy of balance, but it's more about trying to maintain your balance or regain your balance once your balance has been thrown off. It's like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, going back and forth on some decision. Twos are choices or decisions, like weighing the pros and cons, asking questions like, do I or don't I? Should I or shouldn't I? Should I invest here? Should I cut my losses and move on? This is either you trying to figure that out, or another meaning to this card is sometimes juggling more than one person here. So it could be either you're trying to figure out what to do in this connection, or we do have some third party involved here, and someone, either you snooped and saw something, maybe you saw some text messages, maybe you just happened to be at the right place at the right time and saw your person juggling more than one. That could be what the Lovers is about. It could be a choice between lovers that's affecting you here, and it's just like a lot to process. The reason I'm saying that could be what's going on is a couple of cards down here. We've got the Knight of Wands. Second fastest knight in the deck. This is about rushing forward, taking rapid, passionate action towards something there's passion and desire for. This is often referred to as the player of the tarot deck. It can be like a wishy-washy, in and out, back and forth type of an energy. Someone who like rushes in all passionately and gets what they want, but they can't stay in one place for too long. Their loyalty shifts, so they rush out somewhere else just as passionately and get what they want there, and they come back and forth trying to play both sides of the fence. We've got Virgo energy here of the King of Wands next. This has got a lot to do with this Ten of Pentacles. This is one of the two people who works together as equals to build that Ten of Pentacles. He builds it with the Queen of Pentacles. He builds it around her. So this has a lot to do with the stability here. I don't know if this is representing your person or an element of yourself. And I've got the Eight of Swords next, which is an energy of thinking about something on this repeating loop in your mind, like not being able to shut your mind off about it and not being sure what the safe step to take is here. What's the correct move for you to make in this situation? And because of that, you're thinking it in a big repeating loop and you're feeling stuck, trapped, and blocked because of that. It's almost like you've got a choice here, like, which I see in this Seven of Pentacles. Is this going to turn into what I want? Do I continue investing here, or do I cut my losses and move on? I've got an energy of reconciliation here with the Sagittarius card of Temperance. Cancer energy of the Three of Cups here, which is usually reconciliation energy. It's about being reunited and celebrating. Or are we going to call this dead and over with? The Death card here, something dying. Now, another meaning to this card is sometimes a third-party love connection, because we do have 3 cups of love in the picture here. I've got the 3 of Swords here. I've got what could be a passionate new beginning. I have what could be someone uncovering, someone juggling more than one person and trying to be a player here. And now it's got you stuck in your head, not sure what to do, whether we can fix this or whether it's dead and over with right now. It looks like you're waiting on something, though. Aries energy of the Three of Wands. This is an energy of like being at the beginning stages of manifesting something, like knowing what path leads you to the world you want, and having already chose the path and started down the path, but what you want hasn't actually materialized yet. You still have this positive expectancy it's going to, it just hasn't yet, and you're still waiting on it to show up. And that seems to be related to you planning for the future. And there's the Moon again, fear, worry, and anxiety around planning for the future. You can't clearly see the path that you've started down. Now, again, this card can represent something being hidden in the dark, some secret being kept, which leads us back to this Seven of Pentacles again, which again is the mutual point of energy. So, the mutual point of interest is, do I continue investing here or not? Heavy burden being carried by you. 5 of Cups, sadness and remorse about the past. Focusing on the 3 cups that have been spilled and all the love and emotions that have been spilled. All the time, effort, and energy that's been spilled and wasted. Still having the connection in the background, but that's not where your focus is. Right now, your focus is on the past, and you're feeling the way you felt in the past. Your focus is on something that you've lost, so you're feeling the loss. And if your focus is on something you think's missing, you're going to feel that gap. So this is an energy that tells you where your focus goes literally determines the emotions you experience. So you do have stuff that you could be happy about. You do still have a connection here. Just some sadness and remorse about what's going on in the situation, being burdened by that. Now, to clarify this Ace of Wands, what's either a passionate new beginning somewhere else that your person started, or this is you trying to figure out how to re-spark the connection. I've got the 8 of Pentacles, the Tower, and the 2 of Wands. So this 8 of Pentacles is Virgo energy. This is a card of work. It's like putting in the work on something, putting in the time, the effort, the energy on something, trying to build what you want. Could be you trying to figure out how to re-spark this connection, being willing to put the work in on that, being willing to be patient and work on this and try and blend it all back together, trying to reconcile the connection, trying to make what you want out of the situation. This is the card that concerns me, though, the Tower. This is a game changer. This is a very abrupt shift in something falling apart, something falling away. This is like a foundation rocking event, which if you uncovered that your person started a passionate new beginning and they're juggling more than one person and now they're a player, there's heartbreak and sadness from a third party. If that's what's going on, that would definitely create a Tower moment. You could have been working on an opportunity here related to this connection, possibly thinking about moving in together, living together, and then all hell broke loose, everything fell apart. A lot of times this can represent a belief system or like a mental model of the world you were operating from, where you thought things were one way and then something happened that's like, holy crap, it's not the way I thought it was. And that whole mental model you had falls apart in front of you, or that belief that you had falls apart right in front of you, and nothing's the same after that. And that puts you in the 2 of Wands, more Aries energy. This is a fork in the road. It's a crossroads in your life. It's a decision point for you. Which path leads you to the world that you really want, and which path do you need to leave behind? And again, these are the 2 paths. Do I continue investing here, Or do I cut my losses and move on? And it's like you're trying to figure that out. It looks like at a certain point you were willing to put the work in on it and felt like you had an opportunity to do that, but then something changed very dramatically. And now you're still at that point where you don't really know what to do. I think you keep getting stuck in the past, though, potentially going in circles around that. The final card in your energy, Virgo, is the Star. This is Aquarius energy. This is a card of wish fulfillment. It's a card of healing. It's a card of hope. Sometimes a card of divine guidance. In a love reading, this can signify that you view your person as the one for you. This is also card 17 of the major arcana. Card 16, the card that comes right before the Star, is the Tower. So you don't ever make it to the Star energy without going through a Tower moment first. And when a Tower happens and everything comes crashing down all around you, it's really hard to see the path moving forward from there. This is the guiding light from the universe that shows up to light the path for you, to light the way for you so you can see your path moving forward. This is where hope comes from. It's where healing comes from. So you could be trying to heal something here. You could be having the hope that this connection can be put back together. Tell me more about the Star, please. Why is the Star here for Virgo? Why is the Star here for Virgo? Thank you. On the bottom of the deck, the Two of Cups, Cancer energy. This is a love connection between two people. This is I breathe you in, you breathe me in, we're connected, but it is a two, and in tarot, twos represent needing to make a choice. I've seen the Two of Wands in your energy. I saw the Two of Pentacles in the story on the bottom of the deck a second ago. The only two I haven't seen yet is the Two of Swords. So we definitely have some important decision going on in this love connection here. Whatever it is that you're wanting, if you're trying to put the work in on this to re-spark the connection, if you're having the hope that this connection can be healed, progress on that is probably happening slower than you would like to see it. There's that slow moving Knight of Pentacles again. Seems like a frustrating energy. Nine of Swords again, which again is right here under this Three of Swords. Fear, worry, anxiety, being stressed out about this Ace of Wands. So you're either stressed out and fearful about being able to re-spark this connection after whatever has changed here, or you're still fearful and worried and anxious and stressed out about a passionate new beginning that got started. And you're trying to figure out what to do moving forward. Four of Swords, Libra energy. So the Star, to clarify that, we got the Page of Cups, Justice, and the World. So this Page of Cups is news and messages and communication about love and emotions. This can be the expressing of feelings. This can be love offer. This can be an apology of some kind. Usually expressing of feelings, communicating about feelings. Justice is next. More Libra energy. This is the most powerful card of balance in the tarot deck. It's about doing the right thing, the fair thing, the just thing. The sword in that card is used to sever something that's not in balance. So balance can be restored and the right, fair, just thing can happen. Like what's supposed to happen can happen. So this could be you having the hope that this can be healed, that you guys can talk about this, express your emotions about the connection, come to some decision about the connection here, balance the connection back out. Now sometimes this Justice card can represent something unfair happened, something unjust happened, and it's sitting directly next to the Tower. So whatever this abrupt shift was that happened, this game changer, doesn't seem like it was a fair thing, and that's needing balanced out. There could be a need for an apology. There could be a need for expressing of feelings here. But the final card to clarify the Star is the World. This is the final card of the major arcana. It represents completion of cycles and at the same time the beginnings of new cycles. So this is the ending of one cycle and the beginning of a beautiful new cycle all at the same time. So things don't seem to be going great between the two of you, or there wouldn't be all this heartbreak and sadness and fear, worry, and anxiety and thinking about the past. There wouldn't be this taking time to decide, is this worth continuing on with, or should I just cut my losses and move on? So I'm hoping this is for you getting to the spot where at least you have the hope that we can end that part of what's going on and get to the new part of what's going on, where things get healed, things get balanced out, emotions get expressed, and a decision can be made about this connection here. That's your energy, Virgo. Let me scoot this over and get a little bit more room so we can take a look at your person's energy here at the very end of February, beginning of March 2022. In your person's energy, we got the Six of Wands, the Lovers, and these two came out together. We got the Ten of Cups and the Five of Cups. Six of Wands is Leo energy. This is an energy of recognition, like either your person being recognized for something or your person coming to some sort of a recognition themselves, like recognizing something themselves that could allow them to move forward in success and victory. So tell me more about this Six of Wands for Virgo's person, please. Again, I'm getting that start-stop kind of an energy here. I've seen 3 different cards, 4 now, flip over and go right back in the deck without coming out. Son of a bitch. Bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Swords. This is the sword of clarity. It's the sword of truth. It's also the sword you use to make a decision with, like the word decision, the Latin word that word comes from, literally means to cut off, like to cut off the other options and be left with only one option. That's how you make a decision. This can even be the sword you would use here, like in the Justice card. That's the sword there that severs something that's not in balance, so balance can be restored. This can even be the sword you would use to sever a connection, to sever a relationship with. Four of Swords, Libra energy. This is taking a pause, taking a rest, taking a break. I feel like there is a break in the connection. You guys are probably not together right now, and if you are, there's such a gap between the two of you that it might feel like you're not. This is trying to figure out what to do moving forward, trying to get some clarity on a decision about moving forward. And there's that Nine of Swords again, like your person having fear, worry, and anxiety, being stressed out about this, about the Ace of Wands. So again, this is them trying to figure out what to do and being stressed out about having a passionate new beginning somewhere, or about resparking the connection with you. I'm not feeling so great about it here. Especially when we saw that Page of Swords. That could be you uncovering something that told on them for having this third energy involved here. This card of your person being recognized for something could have something to do with that. To clarify that Six of Wands, I got the Moon, the Five of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. So again, we've seen the Moon already. Fear, worry, and anxiety. If I had to like sum up this reading so far in a sentence, it's like fear, worry, and anxiety and stress about a decision here. So this can also represent something being hidden in the dark, being recognized for something they were hiding in the dark, recognized for some secret that they were keeping, possibly related to a third energy that's now causing heartbreak and sadness in this connection. Five of Swords is next. This is Aquarius energy. This is a painful situation. This is, fives are conflict. So this can be conflict in communications. It can be conflict in thoughts. It can be bickering, arguing, fighting. A lot of times this will be a breakup card where you had a big fight. No matter what, this is like a mentally and psychologically painful situation here. Either they're having fear, worry, and anxiety about that, or they got recognized for having something hidden in the dark that caused that sort of a painful situation related to the Ten of Cups. This is most people's goal in love and emotions. This is Pisces energy. This is that happy fairy tale connection that we all want, that happy fairy tale ending, you know, to a story that looks like this so far. This is that happy fairy tale ending where it all comes out peaches and cream in the end. But I don't see what they're recognizing. This doesn't make sense as them recognizing something themselves. It seems more like they got recognized for something that they were hiding, and that caused pain and put a whole painful situation around this connection. This could be part of the Tower here. I've got the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. Most people's goal in love and emotions and relationships, most people's goal in terms of like the physical world, the tangible assets, resources, stability of the home and the family. I've got both of those here in this connection. It could be a spot where you live together and you thought you had the happily ever after that we all want. Something definitely changed. And now we have way too much heartbreak, sadness, mental, psychological pain, fear, worry, anxiety, mental anguish, a decision. Like I'm getting beat over the head with decision here. Can this be healed? Can this be balanced out? Or is this over and I got to start new again? The next card in your person's energy, Virgo, is the Lovers, which we already saw as the last clarifier for your first card. Gemini energy. This is two people who were supposed to be together, like a very powerful love connection. But like I said, before it was called the Lovers, it was called love, and before that it was called the choice. So this can be a choice between lovers. It could be a choice in this love connection here. Tell me more about Lovers, please. Why is the Lovers here for Virgo's person? Bottom of the deck, Knight of Wands. Again, wishy-washy energy. Second fastest knight in the deck. It's rushing forward, taking rapid, passionate action towards something they had a lot of passion and desire for. So towards some love connection. This is a card of someone who has shifting loyalties, who can't stay in one place for too long, who's in and out and back and forth and can't keep their mind made up. Like, if I had to describe this person, it's that kind of a guy that when his thing stands up and points in a certain direction, he's got to run and follow and see what it's pointing at, and then later he comes back. But he's back and forth and in and out. Virgo energy of the King of Pentacles here. So I don't know if you're dealing with another Virgo or if your person just has their money and their finances in order, but this is twice I've seen them represented as that. This is like a husband. This is like a father figure here. And it looks like they have a choice between lovers. The Hanged Man. So this, again, has a lot to do with stability, a lot to do with this Ten of Pentacles. And right under that is Pisces energy of the Hanged Man. Progress being halted. No forward movement. Things being stuck. Now the Hanged Man is hanging upside down because he's trying to look at things from a different perspective than he normally would. He's trying to look at things from a different angle, a different point of view, and he's doing that trying to gain enlightenment. He's trying to figure out what to do moving forward from here. How do I get this unstuck so I can move forward from here? But the key thing here is like where his focus is at. He's not looking inside himself for how to get this unstuck. He's looking externally. He's looking at the things and the people and the situations around him. Now, if this is someone who got recognized for having a secret that caused massive pain and there's another third party here, this is someone who's not looking at his role in that. He's looking at outside of himself and coming up with excuses and things to blame that aren't him. Right under that Hanged Man is Cancer energy of the Three of Cups again. A lot of times this is reconciliation. It's being reunited and celebrating. But a lot of times it can also be a third-party love connection. There are 3 cups of love here. The Three of Swords, heartbreak and sadness from a third party. I've got the Lovers here on both sides. A passionate new beginning that I've seen twice. A Tower. Something hidden in the dark that caused massive pain. Death. A massive transformation. Something dying. Yeah. Him not being stuck in his head. Grinding on this on a repeating loop in his mind. Not sure what to do. And feeling stuck and trapped and blocked. There's that Page of Swords again, which feels to me like he got recognized. He got found out. Either you found out, maybe you found text messages, maybe you saw something, maybe somebody else saw something and told you about it. But it looks like he got found out juggling more than one person. And then I've got the Seven of Wands, Leo energy of like being defensive about something, like trying to defend himself, defend his position, defend his stance. These other wands represent other people and their words and their opinions and what they think and what they're saying, what their actions are, trying to defend against that. It can be defending against accusations here. Waiting on something here with Aries energy, waiting on something that he wants and it hasn't happened yet. The Empress, this can be the birth of something new. Six of Pentacles, this juggling more than one person. This is the Merchant giving to 2. That's pretty deep down in the story though. But to clarify this Lovers, the choice in this love connection here. Got the Page of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is planning for the future. News and messages of some tangible opportunity presenting itself. That could be what was hidden in the dark. There was some communications about an opportunity with the Queen of Wands. Now, if we've got a lot of passion and desire here, the Queen of Wands is either Aries or Leo. It's a fire sign energy. It damn sure ain't Virgo energy. So this is feeling like the third party, either Aries or Leo or Sagittarius, or someone who fits the description of the Queen of Wands, someone who's bold and passionate and fiery and determined and is like the life of the party, like fun to be around. Can also be somebody who's kind of a drama queen at times. But it's somebody who knows what they want and they go after what they want and they really don't take no for an answer. They go out and they get it. Looks like some opportunity communicated either with the Queen of Wands, an opportunity to advance down the path toward the Queen of Wands. Three of Pentacles, this is Capricorn energy of teamwork and collaboration and working together as equals to build something of value here. Usually what you would be building is that Ten of Pentacles, but I've got a lot of cards alluding to the Ten of Pentacles, like the mutual energy between you alludes to it. Is this going to turn into the Ten of Pentacles, or do I cut my losses and move on? I'm getting the feeling by looking at how these mutual energy cards relate to your person here. Whatever they did quickly. They didn't think it through very well. They just acted, took some decisive action, and created the scenario that we're talking about right here. Their actions created it. And it caused a lot of changes that need to be assimilated here. I think a piece of them, at least, is contemplating reconciliation with you. I'm not sure if they had some plans for the future of building something with the Queen of Pentacles and they just decided to go for it, or if they had some choice to make involving you in this, or excuse me, the Queen of Wands, I mean, some choice to make involving you in some fire sign energy here. But the final card for your person's energy here, Virgo, actually is 2 that came out together, the Ten of Cups and the Five of Cups. We've already seen this Ten of Cups Pisces energy. That's the happy fairy tale ending, that happy fairy tale love connection that we all want. Most people's goal in love and relationships. Happy family, everyone's loved and appreciated. But with it is the Five of Cups, Scorpio energy of sadness and remorse about the past. Again, we've seen this once before in the story on the bottom of the deck. It's about your person being focused on the cups of love that have been spilled out, the 3 cups that have been spilled. Heartbreak and sadness from a third energy. I've seen the 3 of Cups at least twice, which could be a third party here. They've done something to cause the heartbreaking situation, to cause the mental, psychological pain, and they're having remorse about it. There is still the love connection between the two of you in the background. It's just, I think they've damaged their family, they've damaged the home life, they've damaged the connection that the two of you had. Showing some remorse about it here. Tell me more about this 10 of Cups, 5 of Cups. Why is that here, please, for Virgo's person? Shit. Knight of Pentacles. Slowest night in the day. This is a frustrating energy for me most of the time. Something that they want isn't happening as fast as they want it to happen. They're wanting this Knight of Swords speed and trying to manifest something. And they're getting this snail's pace. 2 of Cups. Again, a love connection, but it's a 2. It's a choice. It's a decision here about the connection. 10 of Swords. A swift ending. This is a painful ending. Sometimes it's an ending that you don't see coming. Sometimes it's an ending in betrayal. But no matter what, this is an ending. There's the sword that you would use to sever something, to sever a connection, sever a relationship. Your person doing some thinking about an ending, about severing things, trying to figure out what to do moving forward. Fear, worry, anxiety, thinking about that so much that they're stressing themselves out, thinking about the damage they did to the connection, thinking about the sadness and remorse that they have about what they got caught doing. What they got caught doing was that Ace of Wands. Passionate new beginning somewhere, looks like with a fire sign. 8 of Cups, Pisces energy of detachment. This is emotional detachment, physical detachment, like physically walking away. The person in this card is walking away from 8 full cups of love, and they're doing that because they're not completely happy with what they have. They think there's something better out there for them, like the grass has to be greener on the other side of the fence, and I got to go check it out to see. That fits right in line with that Knight of Wands energy that we saw. So this is them making the conscious decision. Like, again, got the Magician here, like making things the way they want. The actions, the decisive energy. The swords represent the conscious thinking. It's them making the conscious decision to walk away from what they had with you and go down a new path toward what they think is going to lead them to happiness and fulfillment. They're going off to see if they can find their 9th and 10th cup. The problem is they already had their 10th cup. And now they're starting to realize they had their 10th cup, which is why I'm seeing the 10 of Cups here with the sadness and remorse about what they did. Now, whenever people do this 8 of Cups routine, where they run off to see if the grass is greener on the other side, to see if there's something better out there, usually they're doing that with some hesitation, with some uncertainty. And oftentimes they see the grass really ain't greener over there, so they try to come back. 2 of Swords. There's the 1-2 that I haven't seen yet. Libra energy of a decision needing to be made, only it hasn't been made yet, either because they don't have enough information to make the decision, or there's something they can't see yet, hence that blindfold. Notice how prevalent the moon is here. Or there's something they don't want to see, something they don't want to look at, and that's stopping them from making the decision. Hell, it may not even be their decision at this point. They getting caught doing what they did may have caused such a problem here that now it's your decision. I see the Tower here for you, and this decision point. Which path leads me to the world I want? Can I heal this? Can this be balanced out? Or is this the ending of a cycle and it's time to start a new cycle somewhere? This may not be their decision. You can't make this up. The very next card, we're going from the Two of Swords to the Three of Swords again. Again, the Three of Swords is the overall energy of the reading. Heartbreak and sadness from a third energy. I don't think it's their decision. I think it's yours, Virgo. Which is why I'm seeing the Emperor here in your energy. This whole situation is a lot to process. It's a lot coming at you. It can definitely be overwhelming. And you have an opportunity to be in control here. You have an opportunity to exercise control over this whole situation, over this whole connection. The choice is yours. Did we re-spark this? Did we put the work in on this? Or did that tower coming down destroy everything so much that maybe it can't be healed? That's why I'm seeing this as the mutual energy. Do I continue putting in all my time, effort, and energy into this? Or do I just cut my losses and move on here? When I clarified this 10 of Cups, 5 of Cups, sadness and remorse about what happened in the connection, what they did, I get the 6 of Cups, the Fool, the 9 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Cups. So this 6 of Cups is Scorpio energy. I already saw this at one point. This is the card of the past. It's thinking about the past, which is what they're doing here, focusing on the past, reminiscing about the past, thinking about the way things used to be. This can even represent someone from the past making a comeback. It's entirely possible whoever this Queen of Wands represents, whether that's an Aries, a Leo, a fire sign, or just someone who is like that life of the party, fun to be around type of a personality that can be a little bit of a drama queen. Could be that your person knows them from the past or has known them for a long time, possibly used to be with them at some point in time. Could be that they're just so full of sadness and remorse about what's happened that they're doing a lot of thinking about the way things used to be between the two of you. It could actually be all of that shit all at the same time. The Fool is next. It's a new beginning in something. We already have the World out here as your final clarifier. In the final column of cards for your person, we have the beginning of the tarot deck. The end, the beginning. This is a complete cycle. This is a new beginning on something, taking the leap of faith on something. It's probable what your person has sadness and remorse about is they took a leap of faith with someone from their past. That's what was hidden in the dark. That's what they got recognized for. That's what the pain, the mental, psychological pain is from. That's where this ending comes from. This Fool energy is also a risk-taking energy, as in like taking risks outside of the connection. Looks like they did that with someone from the past. It's laying right next to that Queen of Wands, which is also right next to this painful situation here. The final two cards are the 9 of the Pentacles suit and the 9 of the Cups suit. Now we already saw in the mutual energy the 10 of Pentacles, and we saw the 10 of Cups twice in your person's energy. This is the completion of each of these suits, the end goal for most people physically and emotionally and in relationships. We had it all. And now we're backwards in each of those suits. We've gone backwards to the 9 in the physical world, backwards to the 9 in the emotional world. These are both singles energies here. This is with you or without you or in spite of you. I'm single and abundant and prosperous in my own right. I'm like self-sufficient. I don't need someone to take care of me in the physical world. I don't need someone to physically take care of me or financially take care of me. I can do that myself, but this is a singles energy. This is pretty much the same thing in the emotional sense. This is being emotionally single. It's going backwards from having this happy fairy tale ending to now being by themselves. So they've got sadness and remorse, and like even in this last column of cards, we're going backwards from the 10 and ending at the 9. So definitely the choice that they made, it looks like they took a leap of faith with someone from their past. They took risks with someone from their past, and that's exactly what landed them into being single. The decision looks like, about what to do about this, looks like your decision, Virgo. They're getting frustrated because it's taking longer than they want to get to that decision. And we've got an ending here. Heartbreak and sadness, a lot of fear, worry, and anxiety. This looks like a freaking mess, Virgo. Now, if you still have questions that you want answered about this situation or your relationship, click on any of the videos that just appeared on your screen right now. And when you do, you'll be taken to more Virgo love readings that can give you more insight and more clarity about what's really going on in your particular situation. And I'll see you in the next video.